Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Nittani Draws. I'm Nittani, and today I am coming at you with a video about my sketchbook situation. So this year, my goal is to fill up a sketchbook, and this is very difficult for me. And I'm counting my year as beginning from the first day of my YouTube channel, which is the July 20th, and I'm not great at keeping sketchbooks. It's not a tool that I've ever utilized. It's not something that I've practiced. It's not something I really understand how to use yet. And so this year, my goal is to focus on building a sketchbook and on practicing new techniques and trying new things. And so I'm going to spend a little bit more time working on my sketchbook. Now, what I did for this first sketch, which is a very quick sketch here, I'm working out some ideas for a larger piece that I plan on doing, and I ended up liking her design so much that I ended up using her on this opposite page, which I'm starting right here. So what I did here is I did a close-up on her face, and my original intention was not to complete this drawing. It was just to do like a basic sketch to get an understanding of where her facial features would lay and how she would be. And instead, I ended up falling in love with the sketch, and I ended up completing it. And because of the location that I had drawn it, I couldn't use my Copic markers because Copic markers bleed through really, really bad on the paper that I'm using, which is a Moleskine sketchbook. And so when I was working on this, I was like, man, I can't use what I normally use, which is my Copics. So instead, I undug my Prismacolors, which, if you guys have been around for a while, then you know I have primarily always been a colored pencil artist, and I chose to change that when I bought my first few Copics 3 years ago, and I loved my Copics so much, but I do still have a lot of the same, I don't know what to call it, but techniques, I guess, that I used to use all the time with my colored pencils. And so I plugged a lot of those techniques in again, and I remembered how much I love my Prismas. So I'm kind of worried because I think I'm probably going to end up pulling those out quite a bit more often now. I do have a colored pencil show that is coming up in the middle of October. Hi, kitten. She decided she wanted to cuddle. I do have a colored pencil show that's coming up in the middle of October that I'm working on a piece for, so I did need to get those out anyway because I had to work with them, but at the same time, I had planned on just making this a quick and easy sketch, and it turned into a 5-hour long project. So yes, it took me 5 hours to complete this. There are about 4 or 5 different layers of color. The way that I work with my colored pencils is that what I do is I do my outlines, or I guess I do my sketch layer, then I refine that sketch layer, and then I go in with an inking pen and create my first inking layer. Then I create a secondary inking layer where I add depth to the inks. Then I create a first layer of color, and that first layer of color is basically just a swath of one color. There's not a whole lot of shading involved. And then the second layer is to start adding depth. And usually I will go between 3 and 5 layers of color to add depth. And then over the top of all of that, I will add white, sometimes in pen, sometimes in marker, and sometimes in colored pencil over the top in order to create different kinds of effects. So that's what I did with this. I used the same girl from the other side of the page, and I created this drawing, which turned out pretty darn good, I think. I did have some trouble with this at the beginning, and I don't know if you guys saw it, but at the beginning, I was having trouble figuring out how I wanted her eyes to look. I wanted them to look like the girl on the opposing page, but I was having trouble getting her eyes to go in the right spot. So what I ended up doing was erasing about 15 times and then finally settling on a different shape they don't look quite as mischievous, I guess, as they did on the previous page, or flirtatious perhaps. But they did turn out really cute. They're cute rather than having the intended flirtatious mischievousness that I had started with. When I thought about the color scheme for this, I knew I wanted it to be autumnal. I wanted it to feel like autumn. I wanted it to feel like nature and pretty and graceful, and a color scheme that I haven't used in the past. I'm really happy with where she turned out. I'm on the fence about offering prints because this is just kind of in my sketchbook. I guess if you're interested in prints, let me know, but I did scan it in so that I would be able to get a good clean image of it for the end of this video, and I touched up the colors a little bit just to fix the way that my scanner makes things happen to make them more true to what they are in the real world. My kitten is being a monster. I just want to let y'all know she is officially in the demon cat from hell stage of being kitten, which is that 6 months to a year where she breaks everything and needs to be close, but then not too close. But if she's, ouch, see, like that. She just jumped up from the floor and used her claws in my skin in order to gain traction instead of like paws, like a normal adult cat would do. So yes, expect to see her silly butt walking through my camera quite a bit more because she has taken to doing that when I'm recording. She wants to lay in front of the camera and be a diva, and she likes to get her pictures taken for Instagram, and she's just not camera shy in the slightest. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with. Anyway, I don't know. I think if you are, I don't know, are you guys interested in seeing more stuff like this where I work with my colored pencil stuff again? If you are, please let me know in the comments below. I'm kind of interested in pulling those back out and working with them a little bit more regularly. I do really like the way that they turn out, and the vividness is there, and I think my shading is just a little bit better with them. I'm not sure. Anyway, guys, here is the finished drawing. I hope you love it. If you'd like to see more videos like this, make sure to like and subscribe. If you're interested in seeing those prints, or if you'd like to see more of the colored pencil work, make sure to comment and tell me what you prefer. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.